Well, good morning. So this is December 18th at 9 a.m. This is your Monday morning mindset reset with Dr. Emma Fraser Pendleton. We meet here every Monday morning at 9 a.m. So I've got my coffee. I've got my notes. Do you have your paper and pen? Are you ready? Are you ready to really hear something very different today? Good morning, Colette. I see she's on the line. If you are on the line and you're listening, please let me know so I can give you a shout out. It's important. We are how many days from Christmas? 7. 7 days from Christmas. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? We've been talking about mindsets and resets and using your time and the demons and the devils and the donuts. And today I want to talk about something that we all have heard the expression and we all probably have used it. And so I want to see who's on the line. I want you to text me. Good morning, Emma. I'm ready. Just come in on the feed so that I can connect with you. So, yes, I see. So, we like to give people a little bit of opportunity. So, I have a couple of questions that I want to ask you. Do you have anything broken in your house? Do you need to repair a lamp? Do you have a pair of shoes that need a heel put on them? They're not broken, but they need fixing. Do you have a cabinet where the knob is missing? Do you have a blouse where the button is missing? So they're not broken per se, but they need an adjustment. So, what is an adjustment when it comes to what we're going to talk about? If it's not broken, fix it anyway. Fix it anyway. I'm going to set my trusty timer so I don't hold you past the time because some of you are probably out shopping already, or you went to work and you're going to run out on your lunch hour and you're going to get that last minute gift, or you're going to be online and you're going to be shopping. So who's out there online? Who's online? I want to know who's online. I'd like to know what you folks are doing. So there's Jacob, there's Johnny Mac, there's Colette. I see the heart. So these are some of my faithful followers. That's because they don't want to enter 2018 with the same old hat and the same old attitude that fits on the head, because we're into mindset reset. It's been a dramatic 4 weeks because we've been talking about some really everyday circumstances that impact on our life. And so, if it's not broken, fix it anyway. Well, what are you talking about, Dr. Emma? I'm not going to fix anything that's not broken. I mean, I got enough things in my life without going after stuff that's not broken. Well, that expression, if it's not fixed, if it's not broken, don't fix it, is what we call an idiom or a maxim. It's a statement that has passed the test of time and it has become part of our vocabulary. It's the way we short circuit when we want to say something. We use the expression and everybody gets it. So how many of you know the expression, what happens here stays here? Where does that come from? That's from the Las Vegas statement. But now it applies to so many things in our life. What happens here stays here. People say it in all kinds of situations. When girlfriends get together, they'll turn to one another instead of saying, now look, don't tell anybody. They say what happens here stays here. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. First came out in 1977 by Jimmy Carter's Director of Management and Budget, Bert Lance. Jimmy Carter's Director of Office of Management and Budget in 1977. And he was talking about areas of the government. Look, we got so many things to fix. If something is working, let's not touch it. And that expression or that idiom or that maxim has superimposed itself, and people say it in all kinds of situations. Listen, girl, I'm not fixing that. It's not broke. It's working. I'm good. You ever have an appliance in your house? You know you don't know how to work it entirely, but you happy. Okay. Look, I don't know how to do everything, but I ain't touching that, because if I try to figure out all of the bells and whistles, I'm going to really break it, or I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to reprogram it wrong. So I ain't touching that. I'm not touching that. But you know what? In real life, if it's not broke, doesn't mean it doesn't need fixing. Because let me tell you, let me supersize you right now how that statement is applicable in some situations, but not in everyone. Not in every situation. There is some stuff, like your business, like your life, and it's called continual improvement. No, it's not broken. You running your business, you're making a profit. But the real deal is, are you doing the maximum? Are you really supersizing your revenue stream? Do you have multiple streams of income? No, you don't have to break it. But then again, what the research says is that organizations that try to maintain the status quo is not broke. Don't fix it. Now, Dell found that out. Remember about 7 years ago, you couldn't turn on the television without Dell talking about their computers. Everybody was out buying a Dell. You thought they had the market sold up. Well, they thought they had something that was working, so they didn't need to fix it. Oh, but if you're not aware that the broken is what appears to be in what is working, is trying to maintain the status quo, forgetting about your competition. Because you see, your competition never rests. So that's why we have so many cell phones, because everybody is trying to fix all the vendors, all the service providers, T-Mobile, Sprint, AT&T, Cricket, Metro, Boost. They're all trying to fix what appears not to be broken. Here's your cell phone. There's a million versions of this. You can get different service providers and different kinds of phones. Why do they keep coming out with a new product? It's working. Let's look at the premier phone provider, the innovator in the field. Everybody knows who that is. If you know who it is, text it into the feed. It's the iPhone. They're on number 10. Why do they keep doing that? It's not broken. Even when they release the new cell phone, they'll tell you there's going to be bugs in it, but hold on. We're going to take care of that. We released it anyway because there are iPhone fanatics out there. They stand on lines around the corner. Some of them sleep out in front so they can be the first to get the new phone. Hey, I think they should say an apple a day keeps the competition away. They're probably working on the next version of it. It may be just a little tweak, the button you can push here and you can go right here to this, and maybe the text messages are going to come out green. I don't know. But they're always fixing what is not broken. And here's the paradox in that. What I said before, they release the phone knowing it has bugs and it doesn't stop their constituency. People still line up because they want the iPhone. So here's the company that's absolutely doing the opposite of that expression. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what they're saying? We are not waiting until somebody catches up with us because we are the iPhone, we are the iPad. And so they have to be ahead of the curve. That's your life, folks. Now, what happens if you don't do that? What happens if you don't really look at your business, if you don't look at your relationships, if you don't look at your money? We 7 days from Christmas, about 12 days from New Year's Eve. And let me ask you a question. How's your money? How was your money in 2018? What was your relationship with your money? Okay, you say, Emma, listen, Emma. I did better last year than I ever did before. I actually got some cheddar in the bank. I'm good. I'm asking you, you did better than you did in 2016. But did you do awesome? Do you have a relationship with your money? Meaning, is your money growing for you? Now, you know what rich people say? This is the mindset of the rich. They say, my money is working hard for me. For those people who really don't understand that concept, here's what they say. I'm working hard for my money. So the people that say, with wealth, that say, my money's working hard for me, they didn't wait till they're not broke, but they're always fixing it. They're always reinvesting it. They're always looking for a way to increase their principal. So how's your relationship with your money? So you raised your credit score. You're now out of the dark. You're now past the 400 mark. You know you can go up to 1,200. And do you know how much your credit score impacts on every transaction that you make? The higher the score, the lower the interest worth. The lower the interest percentage that you're going to pay for your car, for your mortgage, for everything that you purchase that is of significance, that credit score is going to show up. So no, it's not broken, it's better. But are you at the top of the game with your money? Are you dating your money? Or is your money funny? Is your money funky? Meaning you're better, but are you really good? And so how do you know if you're really good? Well, here's what it says. In transforming your mindset, breaking it even if it doesn't appear to be broken, if it's better, it's about transformation. If you're not looking at the thing different, you're not competing even with the maximum. Are you comparing yourself to yourself? Or are you comparing yourself to people who got a good credit score? Are you comparing yourself, this year's business, to last year's business, rather than finding somebody that's ahead of you in the game? So Johnny Mac just texted, good is the enemy of great. Good is the enemy of it. Hi, Greg. How are you doing? Hi, Taria. So good is the enemy of great. So just because it's not broken doesn't mean you don't have to fix it, because fixing it is about continuous improvement. Now, I got a cup here. See this cup? There's nothing I need to do with it. I'm not going to break this cup. It doesn't need fixing. I tell you what it does need is a hot cup of coffee in it. But this cup is fine. But life isn't like this cup. This was made in the factory. I bought some before and the handles broke off. So I tried to glue it on. It didn't work. I had to throw that cup away. I couldn't fix that. But your life is not static. It's not an object. It's an objective. Where are you going? What do you want to fix? So let's explore that. So if you don't fix it, folks, then you are in that area that the research refers to as the OK plateau. And that was first written in a book by Mr. Joshua Foer, who said the title of his book was Moonwalking with Einstein. That's right, Moonwalking with Einstein. He was in the Olympics in 2006, and he trained and he trained and he trained and he trained, and he could not increase his stamina for the sport that he was in. He couldn't do it. He plateaued. So what did he have to do? He had to find another way to do it. He didn't stop. When you plateau at this level, it's only adequate because there's someplace else to go. So you got to train differently. You got to, it's like going to the gym. You can't just be on one machine. You want to build some muscle, ladies. You want to fix those arms. You want to tighten that middle section. You want to get those knees back to looking great. You've got to do multiple activities. Now, you're not broken. You walked into the gym. You got on your cute little spandex pants and your little halter top, and you got your hair tied up, and you got on your baseball cap. You're not broken. You walked in. What are you doing there? You want to be better, because you're not just comparing yourself to yourself. You're comparing yourself to others out there who have done the work, got the figure, nothing is jiggling. So you are fixing what's not broken because you are in the continuous improvement. And I'll tell you, if you don't maintain it, you're going to lose it. That's what my trainer says. If you don't make going to the gym a way of life, it's going to show up in everything you put on. And forget about the summer with the bathing suit. Everybody starts running to the gym in about April because off comes the heavy coats if you happen to be in that kind of climate, and you got to put on a bathing suit. And we know that what the coat covers up, the bathing suit reveals. So what are you going to do? Don't stay in the OK plateau, which is really a place where we get stuck because we are not interested in fixing it, because in our mind, it's not broken. But let me explain to you broken. Broken means it doesn't work. And when it doesn't work, it means you're not continuing to grow. You're not making the necessary adjustments. So I bought a pair of shoes. The heel was too high. I liked the shoe. So I took it to a shoemaker and had him take an inch off the heel. Now that was a science for him. He said to me, Mrs. Pendleton, I can only take off so much because of the balance of the shoe. If I cut it too much, then the shoe will be unbalanced. So, he charged me $18 to level that shoe just right. And when I went back to the shoemaker, I had to travel. I'm new to North Carolina, so I had to travel some great distance. I got a recommendation. You want that shoe fixed, and you got to go to this expert. Not just anybody can cut a lift off a shoe and have it fit right, because you'll be wobbling all over the place. It was a beautiful shoe. It wasn't broken, but it needed an adjustment. I picked up that shoe. He said, try it on before you leave. It was like he never, ever touched it, but it was fixed. It wasn't broken, but it needed adjustment. Let me ask you something. What kind of lift do you need in your life? What do you need? What do you need? Do you need help in your business? Even if you're an individual entrepreneur, and there are many of us that are, individual means that's the name that's on the LLC. But that shouldn't be the only name on your team. Team has no I. It means there's other people involved with you. If you're a one-man show, if you're a one-woman show, you are breaking yourself, and you will need fixing. You got to be in it to win it, and not just you, but you got to have a team. So you say, but I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Let me ask you a question. If you spend all your time taking care of the small minutia and there's nobody in your team, so I'm going to use Johnny Mack out there because he's a great writing coach, but he has a team. He's not trying to make covers. He's not trying to make a book cover. He's not trying to edit it. Now, I know at one time in his life he did, but he wants to grow. It wasn't broken. He was doing fine, but he said, you know what? This ain't bringing me enough revenue. So I'm going to break this thing, even though it doesn't appear to be broken, and I'm going to get me some help. So he's doing a book. We're doing a book. He sends me the cover. We talk about it. But when it's time to be really finished, he sends it out to a person who does covers. So who's on your team? What are you covering up? You got any help? Well, you know what? You need to fix that. We're going into 218. Do you want to increase your revenue? And I'm going back to the thing that gets everybody's attention. How's your money? How's your relationship with your money? Are you growing it? Are you burying it? Are you happy with what you have and you don't think there's any place else you can go? I'm going to ask you a question. Why do famous people continue to work? They got money. They have money. Money is not the issue because it's about purpose and passion. And it's not just about the dollars. So they continue to work, bringing in revenue because while they're not broke, they are in the stage of continuous improvement. You know, we hear about these Hollywood stars or Matt Lauer. Let's go there. That's relevant. You know what happened to him, sexual harassment. The man was paid $20 million a year. That's right, to be the anchor. News anchor, $20 million a year. His stuff wasn't broken. He did it. He did it. He broke his stuff. He had it, but he broke it. Hello, Anana. I don't want to mess up your name, so I hope it's right, Anana. So I want you to hashtag get out of the okay plateau. No. Okay plateau. No. Because when it's okay, it ain't great. And so how does that work? So for the individual who's on your team, are you satisfied because you don't really believe that you can do better? And do you know what you believe is exactly what happens? If you don't think you can, you won't have a mindset to do it. So what happens in organizations when they fail to understand their, hey, Letitia Wright, how are you doing? Oh, a blast from the past. So in organizations, every organization that's going to stay in business ahead of the curve, remember IBM did computers. They did computers. They had it locked down before Dell. Before Dell. But you know what? They didn't think it was broken because they were ahead of the curve. And then what happened? Oh, Apple said, oh, we got something for you. And now there's the MacBook and the ThinBook, and there's Hewlett Packard. And when you go into Best Buy or wherever you purchase or you go online, there is competition. And you start scrolling through the list of things that are available because you want to find out who's ahead of the curve. Who looked at the thing and said, oh, my competition's got that? I'm going to do this. They were fixing what appeared not to be broken. It's called growth. Oh, Lorraine, behavioral practitioner. Well, I'm so impressed. She talks to you about, she must be a coach, talks to you about your behavior. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your mindset. So, organizations, they call that okay plateau for organizations complacency. You know what that means? You just, okay. You're okay. I'm okay. You're okay. We're doing better than we did before. My question Is the before what you want for the future, or was that the past? Now, I don't mean that you got to run out every single day and find something to fix. That's not what I meant. But I mean the significant things in your life. It's like our closet, ladies. You know when you got to clean it out. You know you got three sizes in there. You got the small, the medium, and the one you can fit in now. And you keep holding on to the small because you're going to go back to that. I say it's okay to have a goal, but remember where you are. And if you did go back down to that size, is that dress still relevant? You know how the market is with us. I know you said, but Dr. Emma, I buy classic clothes. I know that. I got them in my closet. I need a good clean out. You know what the rule is? If you didn't wear it in 2 years, get rid of it. So I ask you, if you haven't looked at your business in 2 years, are you still wearing old management behaviors? Or are you cleaning up and cleaning out? You're fixing what's not broken so that you can make room for new ideas. Alicia Gardner said this applies to everything in life. You got it right. Even our relationship with God. You're doing okay. You know, you're not a really big sinner. You know, you go to church, you make it. But we are to, to Keisha Williams. Oh, well, it's time to get rid of it. She must be talking about something in her closet. Oh, Johnny Mac said, ouch. Yes. You got a bunch of ties, Johnny Mac, you know you're not going to wear, but they're just too good to give away, but they're not good enough for you to wear. That stuff is broken. Time to purge in life and business, Takesha says. That's absolutely right. Don't take the clutter into 218. I'm telling you, folks, I put a basket outside of my closet and I'm putting things in the basket. Oh, I love it. I'm going to get into these pants. Oh, this is going to look great with that top. I went to put on a top this morning. I said, Emma, why are you saving that top? Oh, because it's too good to get rid of. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If you don't get rid of the old, can you prepare for something new? Think about your business. There's new ways and new ideas to do everything. Are you up on it? Are you in the complacency plateau? Means you've reached and you're good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good, Dr. P. Are you really good? Or you just in the status quo? Okay. Here's what it takes to get out of the status quo. One, get out of your comfort zone. If you Saucony Prince getting ready for 218. Oh, yes, Saucony, way back from the Fire and Ice. Saucony used to be on our calls all the time. Darlene Brown, shout out to my daughter by another mother, Darlene Brown. So get out of your comfort zone because you won't learn in there. You're comfortable, you know, like your best pillow, your favorite blanket, your cup that you keep your coffee in. Life is not like that, folks. It's not like this cup. It's not. It's always changing. It's about change. Not the change in your pocket, but the change in your head. The change. Most of us don't even keep the change in our pocket. I have a change holder. When it gets all filled up, I go to the store or go to the bank and I turn it in so I can get some dollars because I can't deal with all that change. How come we can do that with the stuff in our pocket, but we can't do that with the stuff that's locked up in our head, in our closets? The ouch points in your business. You gotta face it. I mean, here's an analogy. We all have Facebook, but are we facing ourselves? Oh, you think because you're on Facebook and you told somebody you're going to do it, it's done? No, it isn't. That's just a quote or a tweet or a post. Did you do it with an action? Don't be deceived. Social media has its place, but you got to cut off the media and get with the moment. So get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. Stretch yourself. You go to the gym, I'm going back to the gym. You know, when you're really making progress, you come home and you are aching. I wait for the ache. That means I'm doing something. I had a trainer when I first started years ago. Oh, he was training me and I kept saying to him, how come I don't have any pain? I thought, oh, I don't train like that. So when I finished, and I spent a lot of money with him because I said, oh, no pain, that's great. But something told me something ain't right. Then I got a new trainer. When that guy started training me, I would be limping out of the gym. You know what? That guy, the first trainer, he wasn't fixing because he said, it's not broken. She'll be okay. The second trainer said, we're going to break this thing wide open. Get out the muscle rub, because if you're not feeling some pain, you are not making the gain you want physically. So, but you know what? Control what you break. Now, don't be like a terrorist in your life. Just go in shooting and grabbing. Control what you're breaking. Now, that sounds really peculiar, but it has a reason. Because when you control it, then you can steer it in the direction that you want. What do you want? You don't want to blow it up. You want to fix it. You want to fix it. You want to adjust it. You want to expand. You want to grow. You want to change. Change is uncomfortable. If I had 300 pennies in my pocketbook, carrying them around, as opposed to 3 $1 bills, I'm going to have a weight with the pennies, but I can slip them $1 bills into my wallet and it doesn't change the weight. And then I put it in my pocketbook and I can carry it. So are you carrying around penny thinking? You got like, oh, I'm so busy. Everything is running. Are you heavy? You weighted down by the stuff you won't change? Have you reached the okay corral plateau? So, second one. First one was get out of your comfort zone. The second one is walk in the shoes of someone who is doing what you want to do. So you okay with your business? You okay with this? You okay? Look at somebody who's doing it better. Find them. This is the oldest expression, but I got to say it because it fits. If you're the smartest one in your group, you're in the wrong group because you can't grow. Because you don't know what to do next. You don't know what to do next. If you got a 600 credit score, start talking to somebody with an 800. Read some books. How do I get there? It's not a mystery. Somebody wrote it. Google it. There's a step-by-step how to read your credit report, what to take off your credit report, what to dispute, what to make documentation. No, you're better than you were, but you got to break that thing wide open in order to fix it. So you walk in the shoes of somebody who's doing what you want to do, are where you want to be. Connect yourself to powerful people. Find a way to engage with the person that's at the point where you are, because I guarantee you that person is connecting with someone at the point where they want to be. Okay. So that's number 2. Get close and comfortable with being with people who are where you want. Now you might feel a little weird. So, well, I'm not doing what they're doing. Just keep your mouth shut and listen. Nobody knows what you got, unless you stand there and say, well, I'm not doing what you're doing. No, that's not how you approach them. You take notes and you smile. That's why we have a brain that nobody can read. Only you can. Oh, hello, Tawanda. So that's the point. Actively seek critical and immediate feedback. If you can't share it, then that means if you can't share it, whatever it is, your goals, your plans, then that means you know something ain't right. You're too afraid. Get your ego out of the way. I've been through that. I go through that. Look, everything I'm telling you, I'm working on it. I never said I was perfect. The name of this show is Mindset Reset. I get it first. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for excellence, because perfection is a destination. It's not a point you ever reach, because once you raise the bar, it gets higher. Okay? So Seek critical and immediate feedback. Do that with people that you trust. Just don't go out there and give your stuff to anybody, because some people don't care a thing about your improvement. They'll break you before you can fix it. They'll say something, discourage you so bad that you won't fix it. Okay. So, 4, treat the fixing of the unbroken like a science. Think about, how can this be better? How can I do this better? How can I get out of this plateau where I think I'm all that in a bag of chips? But I've often said this. You ever see a bag of chips? If you don't handle it right, all you'll have is crumbs when you get ready to open it. So you don't want to be a bag of chips. You don't. Nope, that's a wrong expression. You all that in a bag of chips? No. Chips are too fragile. Chips are too fragile. A chip off the old block? No. You want to be a branch. You want to be strong. You want to hang on. So, and finally, Dr. Emma, you've upset me this morning because you told me to clean out my closet. You told me to fix stuff that I didn't know was broken. It's only like 12 days to 2018. I can't take it. I can't take it. Hello, Darlene from Ridgeway. And hello, Dawn. Now, I meant to upset you. We're coming up on a new year. This is a time that we make these changes. It's a good time. Remember what I told you last week? I'm not looking for you to make New Year's resolutions. I'm looking for you to make New Year's revolutions. You want to revolutionize your life. You're going to fix it, even if it doesn't feel broken. Because if you look at it close enough, you will see the chinks in the armor. You'll know what wasn't working, but you covered it up because you couldn't face it. And we all go through that. And we all get on the cruise button sometime. We put it on, look, I just can't take it anymore. I can't do it, Dr. P. I can't do it. I can't do it. I've been working with this thing. I can't do it. I can't do it. Yes, you can. Put it away and find something else. All problems cannot be resolved in one approach. So you're going to fix it even if it's not broken, because you know how you're going to find where the cracks are? You ever get out a dish out of your cabinet and you take it down, you wash it, you got out of the dishwasher, however you did it, however you cleaned it, and then you see a hairline crack in it. Now, most of us know when you get a hairline crack, it's not far from just breaking on. You don't want to put your food in it because that crack is going to get larger and larger. You may not see it right away, and then one day you refuse to get rid of that plate because it was grandma's precious dish. Well, I'll tell you what you do with that. It has a crack. Here's what you can do. You can put some glue on it, but you can't use it. You can't use it to eat out of anymore. So if you got a hair, look for the hairline cracks in your business, in your life, in your relationships with humans and with God. Because even our faith gets hairline cracks. Peter had it. Jesus had to pull him up short and said, but I prayed for you. Thomas had it. He said, I ain't going to believe you went to that cross and all that till you show me your hands and the sword and where you were pierced. We all have moments where we have hairline cracks in what we were doing. So I'm telling you, find the crack, break it open, and fix it. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming up on 2018. And I will have to tell you that there's a coach for everything that you need. And I know you say, well, I don't need no coach. I don't need no coach. Well, I'm going to tell you this. You don't need a coach. You don't need to grow. Absolutely, you don't need one. I can fix myself. All righty. I ask you this question. If the Savior, I'm a Christian, so I got to use my Christian example. If Jesus, and we know about his immaculate conception birth, he didn't choose to walk this earth by himself. He got 12 men and he had supporters. You know why? Because in our humanity, even if we are filled with divinity and called so, you can't do it alone. You can't, nobody does it alone, not even the Savior. and especially Adam, because even God came back and said, oh my goodness, this man is by himself. This man is by himself. So join forces with somebody that can help you. And remember, it's December 18th. You got time to fix something. So on that note, I'm going to tell you that you can get my Mindset Reset 7-day challenge. Just text the word challenge, CHALLENGE, to this number, 718-305-1426. Text the word challenge to 718-305-1426. And remember, if it ain't broke, fix it anyway. I'm over and I'm out. Oh.